I'm Mus.
And I'm Tur.
And this is our documentary on mustard.
Hit it, DJ. So, what is black mustard?
The scientific name of black mustard is Rhamphospermum nigrum. It is native to the Mediterranean basin, including North Africa, Europe, and Asia. Currently, it is found in many places, including North and South America and Australia.
Black mustard is an annual plant, meaning it completes its life cycle within one growing season. It starts to grow in the spring and dies in the late summer and fall. Wild mustard typically emerges when soil temperatures exceed 40 degrees Fahrenheit. In California, soil typically has those temperatures for a majority of the year, thus explaining its larger growth period. In terms of seed bank persistence, typically 50% of the seed bank dies within 1 year, but it takes 7 years to reduce the seed bank by 99%. Another reason why it is able to thrive in California.
It is a very competitively agricultural field, with crop yields being reduced from anywhere to 13 to 69%, based on the type of crop and the percentage of mustard in the biomass. The growth and competitiveness of the wild mustard also increases as nitrogen percentage increases. Wild mustard is also has a very large root system, which increases its tolerance to droughts in California.
Black mustard is self-incompatible, meaning it cannot fertilize itself. Therefore, black mustard relies on native pollinators to be pollinated, and sometimes it gets pollinated with other species of plants, resulting in wild hybrids. We already know that black mustard is an invasive species, so where did it come from? To learn more about the origins of black mustard in California, we turn to expert researcher John N. Environment.
Black mustard was brought to California by Spanish missionaries in the 18th century. According to one account, missionaries would scatter black mustard seeds along the roads between missions, creating a trail of bright yellow flowers.
Interesting, but why mustard of all flowers?
Well, several books in Christianity recount the parable of the mustard seed, which compares God's kingdom to mustard seeds. I actually brought one of my Bibles with me here, and you can actually see the mustard seeds right there.
Wow.
And the book essentially says that God's kingdom mustard seeds are very similar in the sense that they start out small and humble, but have the potential to grow huge plants that are greater than all the herbs. So missionaries might have taken it upon themselves to fulfill that image by spreading mustard seeds as a form of colonization.
Wow, thank you, John.
No, thank you.
Now we are going to explore the 3 main reasons why black mustard is so invasive in California. Black mustard produces something called allelopathic chemicals in a process called allelopathy. Allelopathy is defined as a process in which a plant releases biomolecules that affect the growth, survival, and reproduction of surrounding plants and animals. Here's how it works. Allelopathic chemicals are produced in secondary metabolic pathways, meaning they are considered to be secondary metabolites. Compared to primary metabolites, which are compounds used for essential cellular functions, such as growth and reproduction, secondary metabolites are used for non-essential functions, such as signaling, defense, or, in the case of black mustard, attack. Allelopathic chemicals can be produced in almost every part of the plant, ranging from the roots to the leaves to the seeds. They can then be released into the surrounding environment through various processes such as foliar leaching, root exudation, and decomposition. The surrounding plants can then absorb the chemicals through their roots during normal processes that they use to gather nutrients. The plant that releases the chemicals is called the donor plant, while the plant that absorbs them is called the acceptor plant. Black mustard uses allelopathic chemicals to prevent the germination of native plants, thereby eliminating competition and allowing black mustard to thrive uncontested. A mycorrhiza, or mycorrhizal association, is a symbiotic relationship between a plant and a soil fungus. These associations are typically mutualistic and benefit both the plant and the fungus. nearly all native plants in California engage in these symbiotic relationships in order to increase drought tolerance and help with water and nutrient absorption. Black mustard, on the other hand, doesn't engage in mycorrhizae, meaning it can thrive in the absence of fungal companions. Let's see how. This is a sample of native California soil. In it, you can see lots of fungi, or representations of such. Fungi don't normally grow in layers like this, but you get the idea. Currently, these are perfect conditions for native plants to grow. However, when the soil gets disturbed, suddenly there's a lot less available fungi for native plants to associate with. And since black mustard doesn't require mycorrhizae to grow, these are now perfect conditions for black mustard to thrive. From that example, we can see how black mustard can grow proficiently in disturbed soil and post-fire ecosystems, while it takes longer time for native plants to grow back. The seeds of the black mustard plant are very small, too small for most seed-eating mammals. Because of this, herbivory is directed away from black mustard and towards nearby native plants that might be more appealing to primary consumers. This fundamentally means that it is difficult for the re-establishment of native plants in areas populated by black mustard.
Hey there. Black mustard has a moderate rating on the CAL IPC scale, which measures the impact of the plant species on the environment. The plant has overgrown on hillsides that used to be covered in native California plants and poppies.
The abundance of black mustard has also resulted in increased dry brush, meaning that there is a greater amount of kindling for possible wildfires to consume. Thus, the presence and invasion of black mustard has resulted in increased prevalence and severity of wildfires.
Animal species that rely on native species for food and shelter have been greatly impacted by this growth in black mustard and the decrease in the amount of native plants that have been suppressed by the black mustard. The biodiversity of California's ecosystems have also been severely reduced as a result of this plant. Okay, so what are some ways that individuals can fix the massive mustard problem? For starters, simply by digging out the mustard plant is a great way to help. The California government hasn't taken any substantial action to mitigate the effects of the black mustard, so taking individual action is very important. A similar solution would be to join an organization that reintroduces native plants directly into the critically impacted areas to maintain the healthy levels of growth. Overall, starting to suppress the growth of the black mustard will have an incredible positive effect on the effects and the spread of the wildfires and the proliferation of native plants.
Thank you for watching our documentary on mustard!